Hello, Aslam class. This is your maths lesson for the 12th of January 2021. Write update in the number format of 12.1.21. Align it. Okay, the last lesson we were looking at some strategies to help us multiply two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. We were looking at different written methods. We could have used a number line. We can use picture formats and things like that. But today, we're going to be exploring how to use a written formal method to answer our questions. On the screen now, to begin with, this is not your arithmetic. This is yesterday's. So let's get to today's lesson. Here we are, all about division. So you can pause the video now and you can try to answer these questions as best you can. You do not have to time yourself. You are just trying your best to get these divisions completed. So pause the video. Okay, here are your answers for the mental arithmetic for today. Question 1 was 42, question 2 was 18, question 3 was 14, question 4 is 12, question 5 is 7, question 6 is 34, question 7 is 17, question 8 is 10, remainder 4, number 9 was 19, and number 10 was 17. So well done for answering them questions. And hopefully you all got 10 out of 10, but don't worry if you didn't. Just try to do better next time. Okay, so for today, you are multiplying two-digit numbers by a single-digit number. And the success criteria down here at the bottom you can see is, are you able to use the formal short method for multiplication? And can you exchange 10 ones for 110 and 10 tens for 100 to help you multiply and get the right answer? So your 2-minute challenge to begin with, guys, or 1-minute challenge. I would like you to get a stopwatch or a timer. You can normally find them on a phone, or you can just look at a clock and answer this question. Yusuf multiplies two single digits together and gets a two-digit answer. When he adds them two digits together, he gets the answer of 10. So can you find out as many multiplications where you time two numbers together, you get a two-digit number, and that two-digit number, when you add the values together, give you 10. So for example, if you did 3 times 6, you would get 18. The digits, when you add them together, 1 plus 8 is 9. So that doesn't give me 10, so that one wouldn't work. So you got 1 minute, off you go. Pause the video. Okay, well done. Hopefully you've had your minute and you've got as many answers as you can. I'm sorry to spoil your bubble if you think you've got more than 2, but there are only 2 answers that you can get for this. And they are the following. 7 times 4, which gives you 28, and then 2 plus 8 is equal to 10, and then 8 times 8, which gives you 64, and then it gives you 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. It can be done if you use a 2-digit and a 1-digit, but the question asks only 2 single-digit numbers to multiply first. So well done if you actually only found the 2, but there are only 2. Okay, so for today's lesson, we are looking at multiplying two-digit numbers by a single-digit number. And on this picture here, you can see that we have 3 lots of 10 and we have 6 lots of 1. But how can we show how we got to that number? And if we were to draw a line underneath these, what's happened? I've clicked something and something's changed. If we were to draw a line, oh, that's a really good line, that one. Maybe I should go quick. If we were to draw our lines under there, we can see now that we've split it into groups. For some strange reason, my screen's gone. Oh, there we are, that's better. So we can see now that we've got our groups, and we've got a group of 12, okay? So we've got 1 10 and 2 1s, and that makes 12. And we've got 3 groups of 12. But we can also write that like this. Okay, and I'm just going to make my screen a bit bigger so you can see me. Ooh. So if we were to then answer this question out, we would do in our, we have our tens column and our ones column, we write 12 here, multiplied by 3, and then we multiply our ones first. 2 times 3 is 6, and then we multiply our tens. 10 times 3 is 30. We only need to write a 3 there to show that that is 30. So 12 times 3 is 36. Okay, so here we've got a similar question. We've got 13 multiplied by 4. So we've got our tens and our ones. We've got 13 multiplying it by 4. Now, when we multiply our our ones columns first, sorry, we do 3 times 4. 3 times 4 gives us 12. But when we write our answer into our box here, we do have a problem because we can't do that. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, that was, we're moving on. We don't really want to be writing 12 there and then doing 10 times 4 to give us 40 and writing that there and then having to add up. Okay, we are doing a formal shortened method of multiplication. So this way we were doing the other day, but we don't want to be doing that now. There is a shorter way of doing it. So what we do 3 times 4 first, as always, but then it gives us 12. We put our ones of the 12 in the ones column. But our 10 from the 12, okay, we've got now 10 ones. We have to exchange it, and it now goes into the tens column. So that 10 is now represented there. Okay, and then we do 10 times 4, that gives us 40. However, we then have to add on this 10 from our 3 times 4, which gave us 12. So 1 times 4 or 10 times 4 is 40. Add the other 10 gives us 50. But we do not need to write 50 because 50 is represented by just writing 5 in the tens column. So we write a 5 there and we get 52. So 13 times 4 is 52. And you can see here we have done 3 times 4 to give us 12. Okay, and then we've done 1 times 4 to give us 4, then we've added the 1 here to give us 5, 50. So our answer is 52. Okay, I'm going to keep on making myself bigger and smaller. So here we go. We've got another question here. Okay, where we can we are going to do again, but I would like you to predict what you need to exchange in this calculation. So if you were to look at this in pictorial format, okay, you ever see this? So again, I'll make my screen just a bit bigger. Ooh. Okay, so we've got 34 multiplied by 6. So we've got our 30 there and 4 there. And it's being multiplied by 6 times. So this 4, 5, 6, cut them in. Just do this very quickly for you guys. And then we do our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you can cut them in. Again, I'm doing this very quickly. you will obviously take a lot more care and pride in your work. So now you can see in pictorial format, 34 multiplied by 6. And each one of these is a group. We've got 6 groups of 34. So we are now going to multiply 34 by 6. And if you predicted what's going to happen, see if you're right. So 34 multiplied by 6. Okay, we do 4 times 6 first, and 4 times 6 gives us 24. So we put our 4 there, and then our 2 lots of 10 that we've now exchanged are over here, 24. We then do 3 times 6, or 30 times 6. 30 times 6 is 180, and then we've got the other 2 lots of 10, so the 20 to add on to 180. And that gives us 200. But of course, we've got nothing else to multiply here, so we don't do this. Okay, we don't do that, okay, because our answer isn't 0,4, is it? What we do is 3 times 6 is 18, add the 2 gives us 20, but what it really is 30 times 6, which is 180. And then 180, add the 20 gives us 200. Because there are no 10s, the 10s is 0, and we've got 200, so we've had to put our 200s in the 200s column. So 34 times 6 is 204. And that is a short method of multiplication. So what I would like you to do is give these questions a go. All you need to do is pause the video, and good luck. Okay, that should be enough time to do it. Hopefully you've done a really good job. Let's go through the answers and see what they are. So 32 multiplied by 6 will give you 192. And you should have had to 1 exchange on the tens column there. Question B, you should have had the answer of 345. You can see there when you've done 9 times 4, you've had to exchange 4 tens there in the tens column. 26 times 3 is 78. 53 times 6 is 318. 85 times 2 is 170. And 79 multiplied by 4 is 316. So you'll obviously get questions like this in word problems as well. And in a word problem here, we've got 28 children in a class. And our keywords that we need to prepare here, each of them brings in £6. So each child brings in £6, okay? And there are 28 children in a class. So every child is bringing in £6 each. And we need to find out how much money the class raise all together. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take 28, we're going to multiply it by 6. Okay, and then here you can see this. These are the steps that we carry out. We do 6 times 8 first, which gives us 48, and you can see that we've exchanged 4 lots of 10 into the tens column. And then we do 2 times 6, or 20 times 6, which is 120. But then we have to add on our 40, or our 4. And so we do 2 times 6, which is 12, and then add on the 4 to give us 16. Or if we were talking about it in terms of tens, it would be 20 times 6, which is 120, and then add on 40, which gives us 160. Our total answer is £168. So I would like you to have a go at these. James has tried to work out his answers, but he's made some mistakes. Can you see what he has done and correct the mistakes he has made? So pause the video. Okay, well done for doing them questions. In our first question here, unfortunately, James has forgotten to exchange. So what he's done, instead of exchanging, doing 6 times 5 and exchanging the 3 and putting it into the tens column for us to add on later, he's actually just put it straight into the answer. So unfortunately, he's made a mistake there. What it should be is 6 times 5 is 30, and then the 3 should have gone below the 8 to give us 5 times 5, which is 25, and then add the 3, which gives us 28, and our total answer of 280. In the next one here, he's done 4 times 4, which is great, which gives him 16, and then he's done 9 times 4, which is 36. Doesn't seem anything wrong there. However, he's forgot to carry the exchange over and add on that extra 10. So that's still answer there. And again, for the last question, he's done exactly the same what he did in the first one. He's forgotten to carry, to exchange the ones over to the tens column. So you just got to be careful when you do that. Right, here is your independent work. And as always, I want everyone to attempt to do number 1. And if you find that a bit too tricky, you then go, if you found that a little bit tricky, I want everyone to go on to try number 2. If you can't do number 2, then don't worry. But if you can do number 2, push yourself to do number 3. As always, I want everyone to try the best that they can and do the best that they can. And on the left-hand side of the screen here, you can see the way to work out the problems and how it should be set out. Okay, the top one is what we were doing the other day. The bottom one is what we've been doing today. So pause the video and good luck with your answers. Okay, well done for answering them questions for your independent task. The first questions of question 1 are on the board here. So 38 times 6 is 228. 71 times 3 is 213. 45 times 9 is 405. 52 times 5 is 260. 29 times 8 is 232. And 17 times 4 is 68. See how I've made sure that I've got the exchange. There was only one question that didn't need an exchange, and that was the second question. However, you did need to put 2 to represent 200. So well done if you've got them ones correct. Question 2, you had a worded problem. The class were raising money. They had 56 tickets they had sold, and they were selling them at £5 each. Okay, you then do 6 times 5 is 30. So make sure you exchange that 10 over, and then 5 times 5 is 25. But we then have to add on the 3, which gives us 28. Or it's 5 times 5. 50 times 5, sorry, which gives you 250, and then add on the 30 to give you 280. And then our last question was Rosie went to buy some flowers. There were 17 flowers in a bunch. She's bought 8 bunches. How many flowers does she have in total? 7 times 8 is 56. So we make sure we exchange our 50 lots of 1 to 5 tens, and then we do 1 times 8 or 1 times 80, and then add on the 50, which will give us 130. So 136. Well done if you got all them questions correct. I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you in the next maths video. Bye-bye.